I have a friend for you guys to meet today. Do you want to meet my friend?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
No, she said we know.
Oh,
we
you
know who we need a friend.
He's partially from the United Kingdom. Come on in. Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Can you introduce yourselves to her? Can you say your name?
I'm Quinn.
Hi, Quinn. I'm Taya. And who's
And
this one?
Hayden.
Sorry?
Hayden. It's Hayden.
Hello, Hayden.
Doesn't she have a nice sounding voice? We were talking about how your voice would sound different. Also, hi, I'm Rachel.
Hello, Rachel.
Stick my head in. And we have a special guest for the first few minutes too.
Daddy.
Shelby.
Hello.
And she's not a single mom. They have a father too.
That's true. This is Shelby's first appearance on Around the
He's
World.
been doing around the world with us.
Aw.
Although he's been quarantined in the house this whole time, usually working during this time.
Super fun. Well, yeah, I wanted to involve Taya tonight because she lived in the United Kingdom for a lot of years.
Well, I'm half English.
Half English.
Yeah, my father's from England, so I've lived there most of my life. So Drew invited me to be a part of this call, and I was really happy to accept the invitation and to meet.
Welcome.
Very cool.
And she's half Taiwanese as well. So I met her here in Taiwan. What do you think? Have you ever met someone who's half from one place and half from another place?
You have friends who are from India, but they
Live here.
live here. That's pretty much it.
Not half. As much.
They don't have like an Indian parent and yeah. Okay, cool. Well, shall we learn about the United Kingdom? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Or Great Britain.
Or Great Britain.
Which one is it?
I don't know. I guess we'll learn. So yeah, this is the United Kingdom. Hayden, do you know who its neighbor is? Can you tell?
Ireland.
Yeah. You remember anything about Ireland?
Oh, and up top is Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland's not too far as well, but it
Where's
shares a
Northern?
border with Ireland. What's
There's
that called?
Northern Ireland. Northern
Northern
Ireland.
Ireland. So
United
Northern
Kingdom.
Ireland is actually part of the United Kingdom. So it's two different.
Exactly what I just said.
What's that?
It's exactly what I just said.
Ah, it's exactly what you said. Well, I need to be better at practicing listening, apparently. But yeah, it's kind of funky. In the United Kingdom, it's actually got a lot of things where there's actually 4 countries inside the United Kingdom. You have England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The green one's just Ireland, but that's a totally different country. These 4 make up.
Yeah, Wales is the name of a country.
But they also are sometimes called Great Britain. But Great Britain isn't all 4. What is Great Britain, Tara?
Great Britain excludes Ireland. So it's England, Scotland, and Wales. Which actually I just learned today. Funnily enough, I didn't know the difference between England and today. So we're all learning something new today.
It's true.
I can see
I wouldn't necessarily call them different countries, but parts of an island, I would say, as opposed to like being different countries.
There you go. Today I learned as well. And the United Kingdom, or the British Empire, has had a ton of influence around the world. You know how English is kind of commonly spoken in some places, like in the United States? That's because we all came from the United Kingdom originally, in the British Empire. And that's not entirely true. Not all from there, but the that's not true at all.
Like, oh,
You want to clarify?
no, go ahead.
Well, the point is, they had a massive empire and they went out all over the world. So similar to how we learned about Portugal and Spain and the Netherlands and how they sent out ships and sort of explored all over the world, England did the same thing. I'm going to interchangeably use terms wrong, I think.
Well, I think that's probably where the name Great Britain came from too, why they associated themselves as being great, because they conquered so many countries and sort of, whether it's right or wrong anyway, just sort of made them their own and said,
I know why. I think I know why it's called the United Kingdom.
Why do you think?
It's because it has like 4 different countries in the country.
Do you think they're all united?
Yeah. So they're like united, and it's like a big kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Into one big country, kind of like the United States, if you think about it.
Yes, United
Like there's
Kingdom,
50
United
different states within the United States. So there's some similarities there.
Yes, there are 50 states.
And there's
You
actually
knew that.
common.
You knew. No, I didn't. 50 states in the US.
And there's
Yeah,
actually,
you got a lot more school than her.
there's
How did
also
she know that?
common.
She knew that.
All right, let's
She
listen.
knew that.
Well, there's also commonwealths of the United Kingdom all over the world, and a lot of countries that have their roots from the United Kingdom. So you learned about Australia with Pops and how they speak English. There's New Zealand, which we haven't learned about yet, but we will someday. India used to be, it has a very close connection to the United Kingdom. Hong Kong, which we talked about briefly in the China lesson, because it's connected to both China and the United Kingdom.
Hong Kong.
Canada, St. Lucia, Belize. There's places all over the world that we've learned about that have historical roots connected to the United Kingdom and the British Empire.
And the leader,
Alabama.
And the leader of
We've been to Alabama before.
Alabama.
Yeah.
So have you heard of the Queen of England?
Yeah.
So she's the leader of the United Kingdom, but also of the Commonwealth.
She's
Linking up
Mhm.
our Queen, who is now 93 years old, and she became Queen when she was 23. So she's been Queen
Wow.
for 70 years.
It's a long time.
It's pretty wild.
And she's still going strong. She still travels the world and does her duties as the Queen.
That picture right there for in the green was something that she sent out just recently with the coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see a picture of her when she's young.
Do you?
Yeah, right there.
Right here? Wearing a crown.
That was
Do you think she looks really similar or pretty different?
She looks similar.
Do you think she has cool fashion? I think she's pretty stylish with these hats.
Yeah, she
There's
loves
a lot
her.
of hats.
They always match her outfit. Look, every time you see
Well,
her.
it rains a lot in England, so I guess
Mm.
maybe that's her sort of rain protection.
Look at that smile. She looks like a happy camper. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I would be
yeah,
happy if I was queen for 70 years.
Wait, look at who will become queen after her.
Who will become queen after her? Good question.
So I don't think there's going to be another queen anytime soon, but her first son will be king, I suppose. What's his name? Charles, Prince Charles. Prince Charles.
Look at the one with glasses under that picture. Yeah.
The one with glasses. It's a little bit less polished of a picture.
Yeah.
She looks worried.
Yeah, a little bit.
And pretty.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about the Queen a little bit later on. But one of the things that's actually interesting with the United Kingdom is they have both a monarchy and a democracy. So in the U.S., we just have a president, right? And no king or queen. And in some countries, they just have a king or queen. But they have both. And so it's kind of...
Monarchy is king or queen, and democracy is like president. So they're
And
two different ways.
So yeah, so sometimes the leader's based on the family, and sometimes it's based on all of the people of the country saying, we want that person to lead us, or at least the majority, or however they decide to set the rules. So we'll talk
Skip over the electoral college for the moment.
Mhm. So we'll talk a bit more about that and some of the history later on. But I wanted to show you guys some photos of the kiddos over in London, which is the capital of England.
Slide. They're on the slide.
You see some kids on a slide? Yeah, that one. I guess they have playgrounds. I don't know. Do you guys like playgrounds? Nah. I mean, tomorrow's the start of summer break, so hopefully you'll get more time on playground soon.
In theory, right now, all playgrounds are closed still. So it's been over 2 months since we've been on a playground.
Well,
We're hopeful to get
look
back.
at the ones under the one with the slide.
The one's under the one with the slide. Here by the water.
Mm.
No. Like
It
click on the
shifted,
one with
didn't
the slide. No, click on the one with the click on the slide and look at what's under.
Oh, more slide pictures.
So cool. Well, then, like,
You think they've got some good playgrounds there?
Like some good teddy bears, maybe some uniforms. We learned about some countries that wear uniforms all the time, right?
I know who that bear is.
You do?
Is it this one?
He's from the school. It's from her preschool.
Oh yeah, they're the same bear. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it's only one kid that has it, and it's like dressed in a completely different outfit. So
Mm.
you
Maybe
take
they have
it
the same plan
pictures,
there.
and then you like take pictures and write about it, and then give it back to your classmates, and then they can like, and then it's like a whole story of everybody in the class and their adventure with the bear.
So this is a view of London from above. They have this river, which I like to call Thames, which is incorrect. It's actually called
The Thames.
the Thames,
The River Thames.
because it's spelled like Thames, but it's not pronounced that way. But it cuts right through the river, or right through the city, and it's a really, really cool city. It's very beautiful.
It's the longest river in all of Europe.
Mm.
Wow.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm just throwing false facts at you, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, they definitely have the longest river walk. It's 200 miles long.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. The
So you
longest
can-
river walk.
So you
That's
can
true.
walk along the river for 200 miles.
But I would argue that it's probably the longest river too. But I
Might
could be
be.
wrong.
Might be.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Might be.
I believe you.
And they've got tons of cool stuff in London. One of the things that was my favorite when I spent time there was the British Museum. And they have artifacts and paintings and all kinds of stuff from all over the world.
Third one on fourth row.
Yep, the third one on the first row is a sort of a picture from the inside once you walk into the building. But they have all kinds of stuff. They have things from all around the world. It's not just from the United Kingdom. So here's one. Here's a mummy. They've got recreations of dinosaurs. They've got more mummies. All kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a museum that's about history, the history of humans.
Mm.
Why are they standing up?
The mummies?
Why are the mummies standing? Probably because they were laying down for like several hundred years and they wanted to stretch their legs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, probably so you could get a better look at them. I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to be efficient with space because they have so many cool things they're trying to fit into the museum.
They have 8 million things to
8
see
million things.
inside.
All the things.
Yeah, 8 million objects.
And I saw all 8 million objects in 1 hour. I just ran around. I sprinted and I looked at all the things and I just recorded it all with my phone. And then I was done.
Because, it's all about time
All about time.
limitations. Drew in his mind.
Mhm. One of the cool things is called the Tower of London. And this is right in the middle of the city. It used to be a palace where the royalty would live, I think. I don't know. It was a palace once upon a time. It's a very old country and a very old city. The United States is maybe 250 years old approximately, whereas London and England is, thousands of years old. So like a lot of the other countries we've learned about.
You are
Yeah.
really young.
Super young. It's a baby country. But the Tower of London, it's this cool spot right in the middle. And it actually used to be a prison as well. And it's right next to this bridge called the Tower Bridge. But one of the fun things about the Tower of London is it holds the crowned jewels. And these are the things that the royalty will wear and the queen will wear during big events. So when they come out for a big announcement.
There's a picture of the queen. I'm wearing the ginormous crown.
So it must have been on an important day.
It's
Yeah.
quite big on her. Huh?
Yeah. And they get like cool things like this. What do you call those? Staff? Yeah. So it's
Looks like
really
looks
the
like
most
that's better.
beautiful and expensive stuff in the world. Yes, Hayden?
Since we were talking about jails, Pops told us in when somebody
Oh, in Australia.
when somebody was caught stealing something, they
Oh.
would just send them to Australia and they could walk around and do
It's
whatever
better
they
than jail, but
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to add on that? How our pops was explaining that Australia was basically just where they shipped all the prisoners from the United Kingdom.
So is it full of ex-cons? Like,
Originally,
I don't know.
it used to be in its origin
Okay.
story.
I
Yeah.
don't really. I didn't know that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
great.
All learning things.
Is there
Probably-
I learned that
I think there's
from
higher
The Princess
crime-
Bride.
higher crime.
Wait, what?
I don't know. What's happening?
I learned that fact from The Princess Bride,
Mm.
the movie.
And I think Hayden thinks he met someone that was a princess bride. So
Oh.
there's some.
No, I didn't
That's
understand.
George.
It's a movie.
They also have this thing called Westminster Abbey. We don't have to spend a lot of time talking about it, but basically there's a lot of famous people there and, well, buried there. And they have all these sort of memorials towards folks. Shelby, you probably know a bunch of stuff about Westminster Abbey, right?
Not a bunch, no. Is that where
You think?
is that where like they were married? Meghan Markle was married there with Prince.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they're.
They've been married there rather than a church. I think they
Well, Westminster
I'm not sure.
is a church as
is
well.
it as
Yeah.
well. I mean, I only went past it like every day when I was in London.
Well, they got married at Buckingham Palace, which is
No.
this is where the Queen,
A prince.
That's where the Queen lives.
and
At
they have
Buckingham.
all these guards who make sure that the Queen is safe and that everyone is protected.
I already know that. I already know that. There's so many. And
Yeah. And they stand really still and they hold big guns and they have fancy hats.
yeah.
Here's the Queen walking around amongst them saying, "Thank you, guards. Don't mind if I walk on this pleasant grass and play some golf." No, that's not what she does. She doesn't play golf. She just stays out of the rain,
And wears a hat.
apparently.
Always.
I already know that.
Why? How did
Yeah,
you know that? How did you learn that?
There's this movie called the BFG, and it's a big friendly giant. And the Queen of England is in it at the end. And those gods.
Does he wear a big funny hat too?
Yeah.
Do the guards stand super still? They're supposed to not move. They always stand really still.
It's true.
Yeah, unless they're commanded to move. They move a little bit, but they like march like this.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on. Now I was going to say Westminster Abbey has the
Ah.
oldest door in England.
The oldest door
Yeah.
in England. Cool. Probably right around here. Super fun. All right. So the river Thames. We talked about the Tower Bridge. They also have something called the London Eye. It's basically a Ferris wheel in the middle of the city. Have you guys ever been on a Ferris wheel?
Yes.
Well,
We were just in the winter.
great. In
Brixton Park.
Oh yeah, Quinn was terrified. So she kept wobbling, and we were up. I'm not afraid of heights at all. But I was like just so high, and it was like wobbling. The seat was wobbling so much. Quinn, I thought it wasn't balanced. So because like all of us were on one side, and none of us were on the other side, and like this side was tipping backwards. So Quinn went on the so Daddy and I was just sitting on the other side alone, not being scared. Mommy is like terrified of heights, so she didn't go on it.
well,
And she got us hot chocolate.
nice. Well, that sounds like the highlight for me. I'm not really into Ferris wheels, but
The view.
very
Did you get to
untouchable.
see a beautiful view?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is there anything interesting to see from the top of the London Eye?
Again, I used to walk past it all the time because I lived a couple of bridges down from there. So I've actually never been on it. But during like New Year's Eve, they put fireworks all over the eye, and they have this big fireworks display every year. So everybody goes down to the river to watch the fireworks every year.
Do you guys notice anything different about Taya's voice?
Yeah.
What do you notice?
It sounds different.
It does.
You can say. Yeah, say that.
She speaks British.
Yeah, exactly. British English and American English
have an
are a little bit
accent.
different. She has an
Yeah.
accent. And we have an accent to them. So when I say something like "and," she thinks that sounds super funny.
And
And
Is it and?
and
Just and.
and we say tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
So there's a whole bunch of different things that we say. Same words, but different. Same, but different. Okay, you guys are gonna love this. The amphibious bus. It's a duck bus.
Yes.
A boat bus.
Boat bus.
Right by my house where I used to live. So this boat turns into a bus
Mm-hmm.
and back into a boat.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So fun.
Just like that. Takes
Like-
you a tour around the city and along the
Like a James Bond car.
Oh wait, there was a picture of it like splashing into the water, going into the water.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was a good one. And they also have these big double-decker buses with 2 stories. So you don't just sit on the bottom. You can go all the way up to the top and sit on top of the
Well, in boat we saw one of those, but had 3 stories.
Yeah, that was a fictional movie, though. These are real.
real life.
Hello?
And one of the places it might take you is to the bus or the metro station, because the London Tube, they have one of the best underground public transit stations or networks in the world. So you don't really even need a car there. You can always go around on the subway.
Yeah, so we don't call it the metro, we call it the tube.
The tube. You have to mind the gap.
Because it's like going through the tunnel, right? Just like a tube.
Yeah.
Do you like to ride the tube?
There it is.
Yeah, it's
That's
like-
the symbol for it.
I think
Underground.
it's everywhere on the tube, on the
Mhm.
bus. You don't
Wow,
need to
it's fast. First one on second row.
Yeah, super
Wow.
fast,
Is mind the gap, which means watch your step, basically.
basically. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap, please.
Mind the gap.
Or mind the gap.
Mind
Yeah.
the closing doors.
I won't say too much about this place, but it's a big square in the middle of London called Trafalgar Square. And I actually got to spend New Year's there and watch the fireworks one year
From the London Eye.
Ooh, look at that.
near,
Of the London
of
Eye.
the London Eye. Yeah. So we got to watch the fireworks, similar to what you guys have seen in Baltimore. One of my favorite things were the phone booths. They have really cool phone booths.
They like the color red, don't they, in England? Everything's red.
Mm.
So these are very famous. You'll see these in movies, and you'll see them in real life if you go to London.
They're still up. There's quite a few around the city still.
Mm-hmm.
Are they functioning? Functioning phones?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
What else is cool? Stonehenge.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about Stonehenge?
No. Oh yeah, I've seen it before in an
Remind you of anything?
Scholastic News article.
Does it remind you of anything?
No. Yes.
What does it remind you of?
Well, I didn't really learn about it. It just like it was like people were like it was like no one knows why these things are there. Like
Exactly.
they could have blown up in the wind, or some ancient people could have built it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know
Like,
how
the
it got
article
there.
was suspicious about it.
Suspicious. Good word.
They don't know if they carried them. They don't know if aliens dropped them in unknown planes. They say that the rocks have come from as far as 200 miles away from where they're stood there. So people might have carried them 200 miles. We don't know.
It'd be really heavy to carry that long, huh?
Like,
Oh, you bumped into Quinn's chair and she fell.
It's okay.
Mysterious.
Is that a magnifying glass? What's
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah.
so summer solstice.
Summer solstice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know what a solstice is?
No.
Summer solstice happens once a year. It's the longest day of the year where the sun is out for the longest time during the day. And so every year, everybody goes, not everybody, but who wants to be a part of this occasion, they go to Stonehenge and they watch the sunrise.
And they have winter solstice as well, which is the shortest day of the year.
Yep.
That's fine.
They also have the largest indoor rainforest in the world. Did you know of indoor rainforest? Have you ever heard of that? Like a giant dome. Have you ever seen a greenhouse? They
Yeah.
have a giant greenhouse. Kind of
It's
fun.
kind Kind of like Longwood Gardens.
Oh, except this place is a lot more cool.
Yeah.
And they
What
have
is
a
that?
giant dinosaur called the Loch Ness Monster that lives in a giant lake in Scotland.
Is it actually real?
I don't know. That's the debate.
The Loch Ness Monster.
People claim that this thing exists, but these are all, I think, fake photos. These ones, I don't know. Maybe they're real, but there's all
I
this
think
debate
they're
about whether it's real or fake.
Loch Ness.
And then
There's
Loch Ness Monster is
a
named.
book about it. There's
Giant.
a book about it. There was not a real book, but there was a book about it, and the monster was nice, very nice.
Cool.
Fifth, what to the specific character? Third one on third row.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's Nessie.
There's Nessie. They also have a lot of castles, so it's an old country. You know, like a lot of the other countries we've learned about in Europe, they have castles. They're cool. They do festivals, you know, like all other countries. They have ways to celebrate and bring all the people out to the streets and, you know, experience culture.
I think we also have the biggest music festival in the world in a place called Glastonbury.
I'm not going to spell that wrong.
Glastonbury Festival.
Glastonbury.
It happens every 4 years.
Ooh.
Oh.
The biggest music festival in the entire world.
Wow, that's a lot of humans. Those are all
Yeah.
humans in a field.
See that right there?
Crazy.
And it gets very muddy because it rains a lot and people wear
Yeah.
Wellington boots. Wellington boots and Paddington
Well,
Bear.
I don't know.
Wellington.
Paddington Bear.
Do you guys have wellies?
Wellies.
Ah,
This is Britain's most famous bear, Paddington Bear. It's like the mascot. It's like a national
He's like
mascot.
a mascot for.
Wait.
waiting.
Sixth one on second row.
Boom, the book.
No,
Fifth one on second row.
not the one after the one.
The picture?
No.
Sixth.
That one right there.
Oh, he's outside Buckingham Palace. So.
Mm.
Buckingham Palace. There you go.
We love the Paddington
work.
movie. Huh.
They also have a lot of theater. That was actually the first time I went to the United Kingdom. I went just to watch theater. It was part of my university program. And I went and saw almost 10 different shows. And you know, one of the reasons why they're really famous is because, wrong person. Wrong person. This guy, Shakespeare. Shakespeare is from the United Kingdom. And I don't think he wore a mask back then, but apparently someone made a photo of him wearing a mask during coronavirus time.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, if you guys heard of Romeo and Juliet,
Mhm.
Taylor Swift did a song about that. But yeah, that was originally Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
There's also a movie called Gnomeo and Juliet
Is there?
about
Wait.
two gnomes.
Wait.
So
Can we watch Romeo and
That's so cute. That's super fun. They aren't the only ones who fell in love, though. There's other people who fell in love, such as Prince Harry. Can we learn about Prince Harry?
So Prince Harry is the grandson of the Queen. And he recently married Meghan Markle, who's from
America.
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 Oh, the baby's so cute.
So they just had their first baby, and his name's Archie.
Yeah.
Archie Mountbatten Windsor. So such an English name, isn't it?
I'd say so.
Archie Mountbatten Windsor.
And they had the most famous wedding ever in the history of the world.
Wait.
Almost 2 billion people watched their wedding.
2.9 billion, I think, watched the wedding.
I tuned in for a little while.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
tune in.
we tuned in for a little while.
Prince Harry's wedding.
Yep, here's their wedding. And it was because it's so uncommon and is so important, everyone wanted to see. So everyone tuned in and watched the wedding.
I think we watched it on TV.
we
Yeah.
did.
And they also have Princess Diana, who is very famous.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Harry's
She died
mother.
Aura.
She did. That's right.
That's right.
how, like how.
The car had an accident.
There were people with cameras who were chasing her to try to take her picture, and she got in a car accident. In what was it, the 80s or the 90s?
90s.
She got in the car,
90s.
but then she had a car accident.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it must have been in the 80s. The boys were fairly young.
Yeah.
She's Prince Harry's mom.
Yeah, she's Prince Harry's mom.
So they aren't the only famous ones. It's not just royalty. The Beatles are from the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books, is from the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Florence Nightingale, so she's kind of the most famous person in the world of nursing. She sort of made nursing
Sort of
advance quite a bit.
invented it.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
So she's very influential, and we have her to thank for keeping us healthy. And Isaac Newton is from the United Kingdom as well. Who he was just a model, just a beautiful man. That's all he ever did.
They're confused by his hair.
Me too.
Second one on fourth row.
That's a face.
Should I grow my hair?
Yeah, he's one of the smartest people to ever live. He had all kinds of crazy genius ideas, and we can talk more about them sometime. But for now, we still have a few things to get through before we're done. And I wanted to tell you about the Wax Museum.
Yay! It's a president.
It looks like Donald Trump, right? But is it actually? No, it's a figure of Donald Trump made out of wax. So it's like a giant candle of Donald Trump. He doesn't move, he stands there. And they have tons of these. There's a whole museum of famous people that are made out of wax.
And
It's
they
not
look
so
exactly like how they look in real life.
And they don't move.
Crazy. Kind of scary, huh?
It's kind of fun.
Would you like there to be a wax figure of you?
Donald Trump in wax.
Crazy.
It's a pretty big country. It's number 21 in the world in terms of population. So very similar to Germany, Italy, and Tanzania, a bunch of other countries we've learned about. And it is a very wealthy country. It's in the top 10 for its economy, and per person, it's in the top 12. So it's similar to a lot of ones we've learned about, like Canada and Taiwan, Japan, the Netherlands, and obviously Sweden, or Switzerland and the United States. Which is why they have such a nice city and so many great things. You guys are gonna.
The first one on the second row. First one on second row.
But before I click on that, actually, that does look cool. I'll click on that now.
He's
They
pushing the soccer ball.
they invented the game of soccer.
Well, we call it football.
They do call it football, but they invented it. And they invented rugby and cricket and boxing and golf. They just came up with all these ideas. They're like, we should have a ball that we kick around into a net. And then all of a sudden, the entire world was like, we want to do that too. And they've done that with a bunch of different sports.
That's a pretty interesting one. You should
Guys,
write that down.
Yeah.
but
Then Americans stole the name.
That
se-
hijacked it.
second one on second row.
Sky Sports, BT Sport. Why is that interesting
It's
to
an
you?
advertisement.
How can there be Sky Sports? The first one on the second row.
It's like Star Wars, except not at all. So it's not just cities. They also have some countryside, but most of the population lives in cities. Over 80% of the people in the United Kingdom live in cities. So there aren't too many out in the countryside, but the countryside looks pretty beautiful to me. Is it beautiful?
It's absolutely beautiful. But also the city is so big. We have like, London and then Greater London. You sort of have suburban life.
Beautiful countryside.
But yeah, the country is beautiful there, for sure.
It's
And they
very
have
pretty.
lots of yummy food. Fish and chips is one of their staples. You can probably talk about this more than me.
Wow.
I like fish, but I do like chips.
I like chips.
I like
You
both.
call them fries?
I like both.
You? You call them
We call them French fries. Yeah,
That's what chips are there.
they
French
call them
fries.
chips there, but they're,
more fat than French fries.
yeah. See how chunky they are? They're like fat French fries.
And then, so what they usually mix with it is they have, you see that green stuff? It's called mushy peas.
Ew.
Mush a bunch of fresh peas up.
Looks like guacamole.
Yeah, it's like British.
Yeah, look up on the internet. Mushy peas.
Unmashed peas.
How do you guys feel about peas?
They also have bangers and mash
Bangers and mash.
Bangers mash.
with peas. Apparently, they're really into peas.
Can you write?
It's like sausages
Can
and
you write-
mashed potato.
Can you write about the mashed peas?
We eat a lot of mashed potato, actually.
Mashed potato and
Yeah.
mashed peas. All
With
the things
gravy,
mashed.
though. You've got to drench it in gravy.
Yeah, I'd say that looks like too much gravy.
That looks good.
Or vegan sausages.
Yeah. Let's see what that looks like.
Vegan sausage means it's like sausage, but it's not made up of actual meat.
Yeah, so it
It's
looks
not-
like meat, but it's not.
It's not, usually it's made from pork, from pig, like normal sausages.
Right, normal sausage.
Yeah.
But vegan would not be. It'd be made with other kinds of protein. And what do you put on all kinds of yummy foods?
Condiments.
Condiments.
Or
And they have
sauces.
lots of them. All of them.
Ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup. We invented ketchup.
Ketchup and mustard.
I'm kidding.
Mustard.
They have a lot of
Again,
things.
I believe you.
And chocolate syrup. Yeah.
I don't see any.
And hard
I think that's brown sauce
cat.
you're referring
Brown
to.
sauce, Worcester sauce, English mustard, Branston pickle.
Yeah. Yeah, you might like Branston pickles, Quinn.
I like dill pickles.
Yeah, they're probably the same.
Marmite. Do you know what Marmite is?
Do you see it?
They put it
No.
on toast.
Marmite.
Ooh, toast. We can talk about tea.
Yum.
High tea.
Mom.
Be there.
Is Marmite like Vegemite?
Is
Like
Wait,
Vegemite.
look up marmalade.
Version of Marmite.
What's that, Hayden?
Vegemite is what
Look up
they
marmalade. Look up
Marmalade.
marmalade. United marmalade.
You have
United Marmalade.
do marmalade. Yeah.
Yum.
That's what Paddington loves. Paddington.
Yeah. right?
Yeah, he loves.
I believe you. Now that there's photo evidence, can't be denied.
That's a real photo.
Brilliant. They also eat baked beans on toast. It's their
Well.
You don't like beans, do you? Hayden loves beans.
I love beans.
All right, come back.
Come back.
They'll take the beans away.
They do
Ew.
a big, full English breakfast, which is kind of a mix of all of the things we were talking about. And they do Sunday roast. What's Sunday roast all about?
It's sort of like Christmas dinner, I think, except there's a thing called Yorkshire pudding, which is that round bready type thing. Roast potatoes, always, and a couple of veggies like roasted parsnips or carrots and peas and gravy, always with gravy.
Yorkshire pudding. That looks good. Is it good?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cool.
I've never made it.
What about the animals?
Yeah. They're coming up soon. They're coming up soon, right after the pies.
Food.
All the pies. They've got something called high tea, so they drink more tea.
Listen, high tea is
More tea in Britain than any other country in the world.
That's
I think so.
a
Google said so.
okay. So usually we have tea
Anyway.
between lunch and dinner.
So like snack time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we have like finger sandwiches.
Ah,
or
what?
dessert.
Afternoon.
Afternoon tea.
Yeah.
Afternoon tea.
It's fancy. The English are fancy.
The highlight, the best for last. They have hedgehogs. I thought you guys might.
Hedgehogs.
Adorable hedgehog.
Hedgehogs.
They're so
Don't touch
the
cute.
hedgehogs. Hangers and nuts. No, no.
So cute.
Here you go. You guys might like this one.
It's so cute.
This one has funny colors. I mean, beautiful colors.
I'll
These
work
ones
on
kind of
that
look like owls.
They do look like owls.
Oh, owl.
Tucked up.
Owl hedgehogs.
Oh, baby in the hand, a baby hedgehog.
Mm.
Oh.
Look how little it is. That's in a hand.
Super cute. They also have the British bulldog.
Mm.
Wait, can you go?
If you could have a dog, is this the kind you would want?
Look at those jowls.
Oh, there's a puppy one. There's a second one on the third row.
Aw.
Second one on the third row.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a statue, it looks like.
it's so cute, though. Can you go back to that? I'm trying
This
to
one's
the
really
hedgehog.
happy.
I'm trying to draw.
Wait, I'll help you with the hedgehog after the lesson. Hang in.
One of the 13 of the world's most gentle dog breeds, so it's a really gentle dog, apparently. I don't know. It looks like something I could cuddle. What about this one? He's just.
I don't know. He gave up on the day.
Oh, look at this one with the tongue out. That's brilliant. Oh, he's sad.
Look at
He
this
wants-
face.
Look at
he
that
wants
guy.
marmalade.
Like, I'm sorry I chewed your shoes.
Brilliant. Okay, and the best part, I saved the best part for last. They have the town with the longest name in the entire world. Look at the name of this town. It's
Oh my
the town is called Lanfairpulagwin Gogurchwarian Drobulan Celia Gogoch.
Can you write that down for me?
No.
That's my longest town.
Can you?
Probably the
Village with
longest
the longest
word in
name.
it. It's probably the longest word.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welsh.
In Wales.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought supercalifragilisticexpialidocious was the longest word.
But it's not the name of a town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that.
You wrote it down? That's impressive. You spelled it right too?
Yeah.
What are you doing? No, we're not doing chat right now.
Chat's
Just
been
learning.
good at the end of the lessons lately.
He really is obsessed with it. I usually try to.
Might be able to beat her to it.
Look what he wrote.
What did he write? He said, Shelby, I love you.
Yes.
Yes, that is exactly what I said.
Why don't you just tell him with your words instead?
No. Me too.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
She wanted to draw a picture of a hedgehog, but she didn't get immediately what she wanted, so we're in frustration mode.
Can I show you something? So
Yeah.
Drew doesn't know this, but do you know what this means?
Make sure we can see it. Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
What is
Like
it?
cross your fingers?
Peace.
What does it look like?
Good luck. Cross your fingers.
You think it looks like fingers crossed?
Cross your fingers for good luck. What's it?
A heart.
Oh,
So
A heart.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
cute.
yeah. So
Did you see the message I did?
Yeah, it's a heart.
I see
You
it.
guys do this, right? You guys do this, right?
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah.
Me too.
This
It's
is,
easier to do with one hand, though.
This is the cuter, smaller version.
yeah.
Yeah, it's super cute.
This is the Asian version because it's all cute.
Oh,
Okay.
So, any questions for our country representative?
all right. We're gonna stop.
But I
with the
didn't
chat.
get to
We're
stop
gonna
yet.
stop with the chat.
No.
Any questions
We just needed to
for
send
Taya
it.
or Uncle Drew?
Please
I
send it.
will work on that. Any questions for Taya and Uncle Drew?
No.
No questions at all?
What do you think? Was this the best country? Did we save the best country for last before summer break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the UK? You want to visit there? Oop.
I'd love to go to the UK.
Did you see the chat we just posted on
I
there?
see it. It looks like a bear with love. Unless
That
that's a hedgehog.
puppy just really loves the teddy.
The puppy really loves to
When Uncle Drew's willing to fly me out to England, I'm willing to go. We can have another adventure.
Wait, can you write down puppy hugging teddy bear?
write it down.
Yeah, like on there. So you can see the
All right, what were we gonna say to Uncle Drew at the end?
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a fun semester. A fun lesson.
Yeah, but You sound like you're about to fall asleep, though. So instead,
Thank you. We love around the world underground.
Yay!
much more energized.
That sounded authentic.
And can you thank Taya too for her help?
Thank you.
Thank you, Taya.
And I loved all when you say funny things. And my favorite part of Around the World with Uncle Joe, because when you say funny things, like when you said, and they thought you were a penguin. Yeah, that was fun.
Ah, that was great. I liked that moment too. I like when you guys.
I also liked when you were talking about the penguins in the bottom of Argentina, I think. Mm-hmm. And Sarah, so the penguins from down there go out into the ocean, and then they eat fish, and they eat until they are so full they cannot eat anymore, and then they swim all the way back.
That's what they do.
And then the really fat penguin.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.